cardiovascular system analysis. The normative data is the heart rate should steadily increase and it will then plateau after a few minutes. It will gradually decrease post-exercise. In our results, there is an average decrease of 8 beats per minute from 1 to 3 minutes. This could be due to Rachel's heart rate decreasing at the start of exercise. The readings could have been incorrect due to the equipment not working properly, or us not being able to take the results accurately. During 3 to 20 minutes, there was an average increase of 45 beats per minute. This increase will be due to the receptors in the body detecting changes. The proprioceptors will detect when the body begins to exercise, as there will be an increase in movement. The baroreceptors will detect that there's been an increase in blood pressure in the blood vessels due to this exercise. And the chemoreceptors will detect an increase in chemicals, such as oxygen and carbon dioxide. They will then send an impulse to the cardiac control center in the medulla oblongata. They will then send an impulse down the sympathetic nervous system to stimulate the SA node. This will cause the heart to beat quicker, therefore causing an increase in heart rate. This increase suggests that none of the participants had reached their target zones. For example, at Rachel's 20th minute, her heart rate was 190 beats per minute. This would suggest that she was working in the anaerobic training zone. However, all of her other results don't support this. Rachel's breathing rate remains under 20 breaths per minute, and according to normative data, the average breathing rate at rest for an adult is 12 to 20. This could suggest that she wasn't working anaerobically. Also, her blood lactate levels decrease, which would suggest she is working aerobically, as the oxygen consumed would be used to remove the lactic acid. However, from 17 to 19 minutes, Luke's heart rate plateaus, suggesting he has reached steady state exercise, as the receptors will no longer be detecting an increase in oxygen in the blood, so the chemoreceptors won't send an impulse to the sympathetic nervous system to stimulate the SA node to increase the heart rate. Respiratory system analysis. Normal breathing rate at rest is 12 to 20 breaths per minute. Normative data suggests that breathing rate will increase gradually. It will then plateau and eventually decrease after the exercise is finished. From the start of exercise to 5 minutes, there was an average increase of 28 breaths per minute. This increase is due to the chemoreceptors detecting the increased levels of carbon dioxide at the start of exercise. The chemoreceptors will send an impulse to the respiratory control center in the medulla oblongata. This will send an impulse down the intercostal nerve, causing the intercostal muscles and the diaphragm to contract, resulting in an increased breathing rate. This increase is due to the muscles. As they begin to exercise, they will have a higher demand for oxygen, as they need it for respiration. From 10 to 18 minutes, there was an average decrease of 3 breaths per minute. This suggests that the breathing rate is plateauing, as the body is able to keep up with the demands from the muscles. However, Billy's breathing rate was an anomaly, because it was considerably higher than the others. His highest result was 63, which suggests that he was working in the wrong target zone, or the data could have been collected inaccurately, as the person counting the breaths may have done it wrong. Luke's breathing rate increases at a constant rate from 5 to 15 minutes. It then plateaus from 15 to 18, which suggests he's reached steady state, as the chemoreceptors won't be detecting any more oxygen in the blood, as the muscles are being supplied with a sufficient amount of oxygen. From 4 to 8 minutes, there was an average increase of 8%. This suggests that more blood is being pumped around the body, so the muscles are receiving more oxygen, suggesting they are working aerobically. From 8 to 20 minutes, there is also another increase, which further supports that they were working aerobically. Another way we can prove our energy system hypothesis is with blood lactate levels. From the start of exercise to 10 minutes, there was an average increase of 14. At rest, the normal blood lactate levels are around 0.5 to 1.5, which suggests that lactic acid was being produced at this time. At 10 minutes, Billy's blood lactate levels were higher than the others. This could suggest he's working anaerobically, whereas Rachel and Luke's, whose blood lactate levels were lower, would have been working aerobically.